The next one, okay, we're going to show you the different levels of these as well. So I'm going to ask Jared to just get in a quadraped position, which is essentially on his knees, arms are vertical from the shoulders down to his wrists, okay? Okay, now all I'm going to ask him to do is hold that position and to just move the pedals with his arms straight up and down.
I have a question for you. On this one, do we also want to suck in our stomach to maintain our integrity?
In fact, every single burst training you do, we want that.
So if I'm not sucking in, it'll look something like that, right?
Correct.
And we don't want that, so we want to suck in that stomach, I guess, to flatten the back out and create that.
That's right. And actually, as the levels get progressively more challenging with this, you'll see that essentially we want this part of the body to be like a plank of wood. Okay. So Jared's absolutely right. You want to have that. So you don't want to be arched up or sagging down. You want to be nice and solid in the plank position.
Okay,
so go ahead now.
Now, are my elbows locked or are they slightly bent?
We want them locked.
Okay,
so nice straight arms. And let the body rotate around the longitudinal axis of the body, which is the spine. So rotate around it. Now, what's the first feeling you get when you're doing this, Jared, particularly in the core?
Well, because I'm sucking in my stomach, I feel that in my core right away. But you know what? I'm glad you showed me this because I was actually leaving a slight bend in my elbows, and this time I felt it more in working the muscles around my back.
Yeah.
Where earlier I didn't feel that when I didn't have my elbows locked.
Yeah. Now, if the range of motion with straight arms is fairly limited, that's okay. You'll develop and build a greater range of motion as you progress doing this over the days, over the weeks, over the months. Okay? So that's level one.
Mm-hmm. And which most people should start at that.
Yeah, start at that level one. You'll soon know if you can go, well, this is easy for me, but you know, you're going to do this for a full 60 seconds.
Yeah, so let me give them an idea of how, if I'm giving full effort.
Okay, so that's fine.
Give me 20 seconds here.
Okay, ready, go. Okay, so in order for him to generate the force downward, he's having to really engage these core muscles. This becomes your anchor point, if you like, the housing.
Am I there yet?
The energy, yeah. We're actually got another 5 seconds to go. Okay? So even this, and Jared's a very fit individual, okay, that was 20 seconds, and we're going to do this for a full minute. Okay? So just level one can be extremely challenging. Okay? And save yourself a little here because you've also got to demonstrate to everyone the other level.
All right.
Okay, now what I'm going to do now, as you've developed and gained the strength, we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. And the way we're going to do that is move the knees further backwards. We're still going to have the shoulder above the wrist, so it's a straight vertical position. The knees are back, and what we want is a straight line between here, the shoulders, the hip, and the knees. So we don't want this up here. We don't want it sagging all the way down. We want that nice straight line. And you're going to adjust the knee position to find that position.
And actually, they could probably even see that when I suck in, it kind of levels me out. If I let my stomach drop, see how I sag? If I suck in, I level out.
That's right. Okay, so now we want to maintain this plank position. So this is solid the whole time. The moment you see this or feel that weakness, I want you to stop. And if you're doing the full 60 seconds, what you can do, go ahead and do that for me again, Jared. Yeah. And let's say Jared's doing this.
Do it for a few seconds and then...
Yeah, what I want you to do is imagine that, say, after 20 seconds, Jared's to start to feel a bit of pressure in your back here, and he doesn't have the strength yet to hold it. I want you to pause, adjust your position to level one, and then try and finish out the minute. And you might get a little bit more training effect that way.
That can help them progress quicker.
Exactly, okay? And then we want you to go to fatigue within your comfort level, okay?
So what if I, for example, I'm tired and I burn out before a minute, is that okay?
That's a great point. That's nothing wrong in going to fatigue, and you might burn out in 20 seconds. You're done, okay? We've taken you to fatigue. The next time you come and do it, see if you can do 21 seconds. Then 22, okay. And we've got plenty of time here. A lot of you may haven't been working out for a long time. You don't have to become an Olympic athlete overnight. Take time. Progression, slowly, step by step. The key here is once you've built to a minute, that you don't go longer. A lot of people always want to do that with all of our burst training. The minute's the magic number. We want to stop that. So anytime you're getting fitter and stronger, we always just increase the challenge.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so if somebody's doing the quadruped level 1 minute, and once they get to where they can do a minute, they know they should move to the harder difficulty.
Exactly. So then they'll go to level 2, and it may well be that they can only do 30 seconds or 20 seconds at the level 2, and they need to move to level 1 to see if they can finish 60 seconds.
Okay, so remember that, people. Don't go longer at the level you're at. Go to the harder level.
That's right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, ready to show them level 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Level 3 is where you're in a full plank position. The knees are now off the floor. Okay, up on the toes. Again, shoulders above the wrist. We've got a nice straight line through here. So we're not sagging down, we're not pushed up. Okay? Now this can become extremely challenging, and for a lot of you, you'll never last very long before needing to move to level 1 or level 2 through to level 1. Okay?
See, I actually started with this as a triple 20 because I couldn't do the minute.
Yeah, for people to do a full 60 seconds of that, there's not going to be many people out there that do, so don't think that that's something that you should be doing straight away. But you can build, it's a challenge. But if you could get to the point where you can do that full plank position for maybe 10 seconds.
Oh, also, well, let's go over that stomach thing again.
Yeah.
So if I let my stomach sag, see what that does to my back.
And that's pressure here, we don't want that. So you need to be able to actually hold that full plank position before you would ever do this. Okay? Yeah. And similarly, we also don't want the hips pushed upwards. So you've got a nice straight plank position.
So a good safe thing to say would be if you ever feel your back discomfort or hurting, then you probably need to drop it down to an easier level.
Absolutely. Anytime there's discomfort, you definitely want to stop, go to a lower level, and if that's still hurting, you take a break. Okay? So don't push the fatigue too far.
All right. What do we got next?
Okay. The other thing I will show you, we'll go through this a little bit, but believe it or not, you can even make a level 4, which is a little bit more challenging. You want me to show you that one?
Yeah.
You could actually, for example, we saw the plank position. If I've got my feet in this position here and I'm doing this, well, I've got 2 feet as my base. Or what if I were to take one leg off the floor? Now that's going to be incredibly challenging on the balance component on the core. So that's more challenging.
And your hip flexor too, right?
You are, and we're going to show you an even more difficult one when we go through the exercise and total conditioning program. So there's always more challenging things we can do. Okay, so that's the second exercise. We've got a number of names for that. I like to call it the plank exercise. Some people call it the push-up exercise. The push-up plus, right?